You know, guys, oftentimes people would complain to me and they would say, Cédric, I suspect this market has installed cameras in my home. Because when I observe a coin for like 2 weeks and it doesn't move, I think I will get in. The moment I decide to go all in, the next day, it will take a vertical dive. Have you lived through that? You know, you grit your teeth and hold on, but it keeps bleeding. When you finally can't take it anymore, you cut your losses to exit. And what happened at this exact moment? The moment you leave, it shows up with a massive green candle. Is that just bad luck? Are you cursed? Don't flatter yourself. The truth is, you are not unlucky. You have been trained is the word. In this market, you think you are thinking independently, but you are just a pawn for the market makers. Today, I'm going to tear open the darkest script in the crypto world, and I will show you how institutional capital trains retail investors to trick you out of your blood-stained chips. Of course, I think this topic is quite sensitive, so I don't know when it might be taken down, so watch it while you can, because here you will learn the truth. So before we start, don't forget to hit the bell and add my personal Telegram. It's just right down in the description. And yeah, let's get into it. Recently, I saw a funny joke going around in the community. A retail trader said he found a way to avoid crashes. Every time before buying, he would place a $10 buy order at a lower price. So he figures as long as this cheap order is there, the platform won't let the price drop, because they don't want him to get a good deal. That was fun and the comments were hilarious. Someone said this completely cracked the code for Bitcoin price to hit infinity. It sounds funny, right? But this is a tragedy of retail investors. While you are using this kind of absurd psychological comfort to play the game, deep capital is using high-frequency algorithms to hit you with a dimensional strike. The real harvesting script goes in these 5 steps. Step 1. Liquidity reconnaissance. You think setting your stop loss at round number is protection? On their heat maps, your stop loss orders light up like searchlights in the darkness. They have been drooling over those snacks for ages. Step 2. Decision fatigue. They use endless sideways trading to grind down your patience until your brain goes numb and your vigilance drops to 0. Step 3. Stop loss hunting. This is the fatal blow. They'll instantly smash through support levels, not to actually push prices down, but just to step on mines to trigger your buried stop loss orders. And then step 4, the bloodiest step, liquidation cascade. Once your stop loss triggers, it sets off a chain reaction like dominoes. Within 1 minute, tens of thousands of sell orders crash the price into a vacuum zone. And the institutions, they've already positioned themselves at the bottom of those long lower wicks on the candlesticks. Their mouths are wide open, swallowing the blood-stained chips you just fed them in one gulp. Yes, that's the 5th step, just eating you alive. Still not getting it? Let me break down a real script for you. When the capital wants to accumulate chips, they must use the spring effect. Just like after the May 19th crash in 2021, Bitcoin kept grinding around 30k, then suddenly dropped below 29k. The whole internet was screaming, it's going to 0. It will collapse. You were scared out of your mind, afraid you'd get liquidated if you waited another second. In reality, that was a clearing operation. Sweep out the last batch of retail, then flip it and pump 100%, making you cry as you chase back in at the highs. Distribution at the top is even more brutal. Before the tariff tragedy on October 10, how long did prices hover about 120k? That's called inviting you into the earth. The result? Capital took only 40 minutes to crash the price 18k, and 3.2 billion vanished into thin air. Liquidity went straight to 0. Your stop loss? Couldn't sell it at all. You could only watch helplessly as your account got liquidated, watching the numbers tick down until they hit 0. That was slaughter. That's done on purpose. That's what you have to get. Against high-frequency algorithms that update thousands of times per second, your intuition isn't even worth toilet paper, isn't even worth anything. You want to survive, you need to go anti-human. Remember these rules I'm about to tell you. They might save your life when you need them most. You have, first, to guard the 1% iron law. Even if institutions punched a hole in the sky, your single trade loss must never exceed 1% of your capital. They can sweep your orders, but as long as you haven't left the table, the game isn't over. Then use discipline to slap the algorithms. Don't try to guess their intentions. Dollar cost averaging, DCA, might seem dumb, too easy, but it can smooth out 90% of market manipulation. Capital can tame your fear, but it can't tame cold numbers and discipline. Watch the blockchain ledger. Candlesticks lie. Exchange data can be faked, but on-chain data doesn't lie. When you see large amounts of Bitcoin leaving exchanges for cold wallets, the old hands know smart money has finished accumulating, and we need to follow along for the scraps. In this world, institutional capital doesn't fear your intelligence, doesn't even fear how fast you run. They only fear you having no emotions. They fear you having patience. The so-called kill order explodes the gaps in human nature, and what you need to use is the certainty of the system. What you need to do is evolve from a prey covered in blood to a cold observer, just watching the markets, not moving, patiently holding, DCAing. When your heart no longer races from price swings, that's when you've truly entered the game. I'm Cédric. Follow me, subscribe, click on the bell, and I'll break down more hidden rules behind the markets for you in the next one.